the pick they actually do versus Tinker a lot, so I'm pretty excited to see what Abed can make work of it.
Alright, we're good. Take us into game 1, boys.
And we'll see if it can work outside the SEA region is another big
true.
thing, and up against a team like Team Secret, if that's going to be possible. The last pickup is where the panel was putting most of their attention with that Terrorblade pickup. It seems difficult, almost impossible for Fnatic to deal with.
It is going to be very tough for them to deal with. I think this is kind of an ace in the hole. That was silly. I'm sorry, Toby. You're the ones that do the horrible ones.
Yeah, that's my job. You can't take my job.
I'm kind of disappointed in myself right now for doing that. I actually didn't. I did not even. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Anyway,
you're spending way too much time with Owen, haven't you? Like it's now just rubbed off on you. You become one of us.
Oh God, what have I done? That was not. I mean, that was really not intentional. Whatever.
That's alright. We won't be able to clip this and put it up for your girlfriend to watch later on because.
Thank God. But yeah, it is a very strong Terrorblade pick, and we've seen what this hero has been doing lately. Liquid has been dominating on it, and Ace is also one of my favorite Terrorblades. He's so consistent on this hero.
I'd say talk about it pretty quickly. We've got a lot of smoke movement coming into smoke movement, so they'll break each side. Highlight dies up the hill. There you go, the shards pushing him into the tier 1 tower, but Glimpse, Poppy leveled it up, and the Sunstrike's coming in. That's actually trying to help out from Fnatic. That won't help Highlight die on the run up the hill. The Gust is there, and that's going to be mid-1 getting the kill with the laser.
First blood on a Tinker versus an Invoker. That makes the lane quite a lot harder for Invoker. Already not the greatest matchup. You can use your... Abed's actually one of the better ones. Of course, his Invoker's quite sick, but he uses his Forge Spirits really well to last hit, even cleared up a lot.
There's Sunstrike scouting at the moment from Fnatic. Almost too old school to watch this happen. But also notice too, we've got 17 seconds before the runes are going to spawn up. So Team Secret just ensuring they're able to claim at least 2 of these runes, but they've actually backed off the Dire rune. So someone needs to go up there and commit to it.
It'll be 2 for 2. Yeah. So Fnatic, they are running that aggro lane that the panel was talking about. So they are going to try to pressure the Terrorblade and give Beastmaster a better start. Otherwise, he suffers quite hard. We'll see what rotations and adjustments are made. Well, Terrorblade might be a bit sad here.
But now, Yabsaw is just trying to hold the creep wave up on the top. He managed to... is this even intentional that he did this, that he grabbed the 3 melee creeps and not the range creep? Because I know you want to push the range creep towards the front line.
They both work. If you block all the creeps, it's great. If you block all the creeps and let the range through, it's just as good. So I think that's going to be fine, and we'll probably see them... They might even just ditch this top lane right away and just go toward bottom once they recognize it's an aggro tri-lane. Now Tidehunter has a much lane.
Yep.
He's also got Gush level, so that does hurt his 1v1.
So you just got to babysit him until he can hit his... Actually, you almost need level 3 on him, right? Like, you need to have, like, the 1/1/1 now. Yeah,
but he's versus a beast. So he should be able to get farm. Beastmaster is one of those bullies now, though.
I just wait for the ball slow when he cannot move in the lane.
I've seen the way that... I've seen Fada's control as Tidehunter, and it's remarkable the way...
Moves out so far ahead. You go, son. You run that race. Highlight is making a pay in the butt for Ace, as he's actually picked up the early Orb of Venom you're talking about, so Ace is not a happy chappy. With the creep wave being pushed off too, Highlight die. Looking to keep the aggression, or at least the deny is up underneath the tower.
That's a really good play there by Pi. Just don't let him secure even the range creep there. He hits it once, you get the deny. If not, he misses it. And the rotations do. So the one thing for Secret is Yapsor tends to play a lot around the mid lane. He strictly actually plays mid. He'll TP and make the rotations to the other lanes, but it's really all about securing mid one on this team for him, while Puppy is the opposing one. Puppy actually tends to play almost always in the safe lane. I actually was looking at a bunch of like the heat maps, and it's pretty crazy how much it actually shows that Puppy plays around Ace and Yapsor plays.
But they always combine together, though, right?
They do.
Like, you hit around that 10-minute mark, and then they're holding hands wherever they gank mid lane. Going onto Arbed. No shards already being committed, so Arbed just running around the hill. The laser will connect. Rocket still available, level 1. And nope, that's why he pops off both the salve and the fairy fire, just to ensure there's enough life to survive. But that's a lot of consumables now down for Arbed. He's already buying another salve, bringing it out in the courier.
They know that this Tidehunter has Gush level 1. DJ ports top quickly, and Universe is already now destroying this lane. 9 and 4 to the 1 and 0 of the Tide.
Bada needs some levels. He'll get that now as the creep wave comes back in range of the tower.
Yeah, I like this. The laning setup so far, though, for Fnatic has been beautiful. Sure, the Invoker's going to suffer a little bit, but he's going to catch just right up once he gets Force Spirit levels.
Shards. Again, trying to lock in Pylai Die Puppy. Not much more he can do about this. It's a level 1 glimpse. Like, he doesn't even have the damage or the control that comes in from the kinetic field and the Thunderstrike.
Yeah, the level 1, you know, they got the first blood, but it's actually hurting their lanes quite a lot because of having those abilities.
Yeah.
Tide still, now he's got his, he's got his 3, but in comparison to 14 and 4 of a Beastmaster.
And this lineup could have been so much more aggressive. Fada's dropping low, Universe won't dive onto the tower for it, however.
Pressure, because he doesn't have the Kraken, so a couple right clicks. Beastmaster has 73 base damage, gets just amplified by those axes too.
This is I guess when you beg the question, right? Like you can definitely understand like you going on the back of Team Secret's lineup, saying, hey, these guys play really good. Fnatic's lineup is very well drawn out, but it's a little bit slower to come online, a little bit more greedier in some ways, even when you do have like a VS core in the offlane. But do you actually feel like after that first blood now that it's not as greedy? Like Abed, you said he's gonna play the catch-up game later on, but he still seems to be pretty neck and neck with the Tinker. Glimpse on bottom, Eternal Envy coming back to the fight. Pilot Eye wants to help out, Puppey is low, but the Shards locking in Eternal Envy. He wants to kill on Puppey, maybe killing his former teammate, but it won't happen. Ace, the Danish Terrorblade, is able to bring him down. So 2-0 to Team Secret as far as the kill count.
Yeah, Secret, I think overall, though, I think they still had a bit more of that greedy draft anyway. Even if there's an Invoker in the game, that's why they picked this the Venge carry, so that they can have that quick tempo. Same thing with Beastmaster. They both are these cores that they can just make stuff happen around the map quite early on.
That's kind of nice for Fada. Keep the creep wave between his tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Relative safety, he already has level 3, so the 1-1-1 is up.
DJ's making these. DJ's making though.
He's just bullying Fada almost, to a point where Fada's going to take damage. Support is coming in. Universe is taking up the creep wave, but Yapsaw and Puppey have both done their rotations. The Shards are a perfect block from Yapsaw. Nice, close choke point, but no way to run back out again. Team Secret chalk up another one.
You always want to contest between the towers as these supports, but versus Tusk, versus Disruptor, these are those punishers you have to be very careful of.
Ensnare is out, March the Machines. Try and do its work to at least give some like, repair damage. Tuskar Snowball was the only thing that was going to save him, but Yapsaw just can't get there in time. Pile Die finding the perfect moment as we hit nighttime, and Tinker just didn't see him coming.
Now Invoker pulls ahead. All 3 cores on Fnatic, quite happy. Fada, not so happy. Level 3 Tide, Universe is getting close to level 5. He's going for the Axis build, of course. That's just the thing that everyone does. And he's got a bottle early on, so he can collect those bounties. And Fada can't contest as well because he doesn't have boots. 3 mana for Universe constantly to the pressure. Once he's got phase boots, Fada's actually at risk of getting ran down.
I actually love the Universe's approach too with the item build. He's showing us so much in his quick buy, going for the phase boots, so the higher movement speed, higher rotations, but it's the Shadow Blade straight after.
Yeah,
like,
this is
not going Necrobook, going for the Hunter.
It's the pick-off build because they have an Invoker, so they want to be able to abuse and get him
Pilot in trouble. He's going to get locked in position inside the river. Not a lot Arbeck can do apart from pump in a little bit of damage from the hillside. Glimpse is available for Poppy, but it's still only level 1. But yet again, another successful rotation in here from Team Secret.
More 1, but Fnatic still has the gold lead because of how well their cores are farming. In particular, Universe was mentioning mid one.
In snap, it's going to connect, and no armor on him. Forge Spirit's doing their work, the cold snap. 5 mini stuns on that retreating Tinker. You thought you saved him, but then Yapsaw walks off the lane for half a second and problems.
Up an Invoker, man.
With that, he actually gets in front of the net worth of the Tinker. Eternal Envy may not like this position. Puppey right on his tail, and so is Ace. Glimpse pulls him back onto the hillside, and Ace has already got the high ground. And more of himself. Envy, no. Takes the bounty rune, efficiency. Waste a little bit more time, grab a bounty, and hey, it's all worth it, right?
Spent his gold as well. So they're recovering Ace through kills, because his last hits aren't the greatest, but he's top net worth for his team on the board. But Universe continues to just be this bully top. Phase boot's finished.
Level 6 is up 2 now, so Fada's going to be a little bit more careful.
Especially once they see that Abed has Sunstrike mana. He's about to have that too. Well, Fada has to be careful.
It's only a level 3 at the moment, but still 225 damage.
Yep. With some axes, with the roar, a couple extra right clicks from Beastmaster, could be enough to bring that tide. Universe could also go for a TP rotation if we'll overextend. And Secret have already gone to this semi-recovery mode for the Tinker. He's gone for the 2-1-2 build, and they already can't threaten the kills on Abed. He's just going to be stacking and farming jungle.
Looks like Ace is moving into the jungle as well. The Observer Ward they had a little bit more defensively inside their own jungle. Watching Fnatic's movement is now timed out. So they put down an aggressive Observer Ward. It's on top of the Dire Shrine on the southern side. So at least they'll know when Fnatic want to back up. So if Abed wants to go jungle, they'll know about it. And he'll go there sometime soon. The Hand of Midas is only a recipe away.
Yeah, I think that's like a double kind of vision ward. It's not only just to watch when the Invoker is going to go back to jungle, but it's also to watch when the rotations from the supports come down to gank that Terrorblade. I do like that ward. That is Invoker.
Well, Ace is going back into the lane. It's still going to be a one-on-one, but Universe, this aggressive maneuver, but as Abed in the middle lane got glimpsed in, double TPs coming into mid. The Sunstrike, you see him hold the hands together. The snowball goes out. Pilot Eye is low. Raw is out on top of Poppy, but the Shackle's controlling up Yapsaw. They'll get one more shard off, and here comes Barda. He runs to the front lines, looking for the kill onto DJ. Ravage is available. Abed back up on top of the hill. So for all the heavy TPs, for all the engagements, it's still only a 1-for-1 trade. Tuskar for Shaman.
They're both really high level on those supports though. Shaman level 5, same thing with Tusk. Quite a lot of gold going both ways.
Looks like Yapsaw may want to try and make the most out of this. Everyone TP'd in towards the mid lane for Fnatic, so very few people will be here to help out Envy. As long as Envy just comes a little bit further down, he's got a glimpse of Yapsaw. Yeah. Creep Wave just saw him, so he's already backing up and TPing in towards the mid.
Knowing Envy as well, he's got the timer. He's probably like, Metamorphosis available again. They're looking to gank me. But because that seems like every single time they've made the move onto Envy, it's when meta was up. Envy's got the 4-1-1 build, so he's looking to get active. They've got enough duration of the stun to get those Sunstrike lockdowns.
They're hunting. They're looking for the Tinker. Mid 1 is actually so low, 400 HP. They walk around the corner and mid 1 walks into them. The Sunstrike won't even be able to connect. Envy finds the pickup already. That's very problematic for a Tinker who's getting closer towards his BTs, but still another 1100 away. He needs more time, he needs more space. That aggressive ward doesn't help. Especially considering they smoked back away from it.
Yep. Tinkered a bit under the gun here, but they're still farming well on their main hero, the Terrorblade.
Yep.
It's just Fada, because of that, having that level 1 gush. Sherry's 102 with 38 last hits, but you can see his net worth is quite far behind that of the Beastmaster. They're getting close to half.
They're smoking a gang top. They want Universe. Level 2 glimpses up from Poppy, so he does have the range to pull back Universe. That's why Universe starts with a Raw, begins his run, the Reflection units chasing him off, and here comes your snowball forward. The shards catching both of them from Yapsaw, but will it be good or not? Universe is still there in the back line thanks to the glimpse, so they split up. DJ goes one way. Ace able to finish him off, and Universe running circles now. The wall is there from Poppy. The Axis will kill him off, and Universe's high movement speed. He has enough speed to outrun the Tuskar shards. Maybe not enough to get through this. Snowball coming in. Almost enough damage. Fada is so low. And Universe one-charging and bottling through it all. They want to get the top net worth. Here comes the shards again, but it's well off target.
They wanted that Beastmaster so badly. They committed so heavily. Ace went for the easier kill, but they end up missing it, Universe, because of those phase boots. That extra movement speed he gets to run away.
Yep. It's the consolation prize. He would have been worth so much too.
Yeah, Fada almost died too. If he even like misstepped at all there, he was just going to get clipped by that Sunstrike. Bottom, high, looking for the dive. Dodges the glimpse with the mirror image.
Yeah, and Sunstrike's right on the money, so goodbye, Puppy. Try to do his work. DJ will drop the Mass Serpent Wards, and this Tier 1 tower's days are numbered. Not even past the 11-12 minute mark.
Fast pace coming out from Fnatic, even though they have this Invoker lineup. Just having that Venge carry plus Beastmaster having such a good time. They can make the moves around the map easily. Now threaten towers. Ace top.
Ace, yeah, where's that Sunstrike? It's still coming up. It's off cooldown in 1 second time. So here it comes with the stun, but it connects. Ace will fall down. Barda try to create space. Now the Ravage is blown for not much more. Envy does have swap available. He's just on the edge of the range and he'll snap him up, pull him back. You can break free with the magic missile, but the negative armor and the damage from Universe's Axis will do the work back in towards mid. Pilot died deep under the Tier 1 tower. They're looking for a little bit more. And now, well, they've managed to catch out the Invoker. Glimpse back into the Storm. Doesn't have the range. Mid 1 with a double kill. And Tinker picks up his BTs thanks to those 2 kills.
Secret needed that pretty badly. After having used that defensive Ravage top, losing their tide anyway. Mid 1 is still on the road to recovery though. He's just pulled ahead of the Venge. Not anymore after that tower gets denied. But 3 cores on Fnatic, farming incredibly well.
Yep. This is when Universe is going to have to make some big plays, but the Shadowblade is ready to come out once the Courier returns to base.
12-minute phase Shadowblade?
Yep.
That's
It's a good time. He's 5.6k net worth. He's got, he's 600 in front of the Invoker, who's walking around with 4 kills for the 1 death.
They can burst this Terrorblade now too with this. He can run around in the jungle with Shadowblade. He gets a right click, throws Aurora Axis, Sunstrike. Easy kills on this Ace Terrorblade.
It's almost max Sunstrike anyway. He's sitting at 350 damage on that Sunstrike. Always that that global helping hand. Eternal Envy's going to go for the same kind of thing. So is double Shadowblade, is double Hunters from the Fnatic lineup, and both of them have that initial stun, that initial control.
I like that they're being so active on those 2 cores to give Abed that space, even though he's had an incredibly good time on the Invoker. 4-1-1, 66 last hits.
This will be a little bit nicer for Team Secret, adding pressure to that tier 1 tower up on top. So the fact they kept their tier 1 tower alive is at 47 HP, well within the denier range for their tier 1 tower top. I'm wondering why like they're that confident to keep it up. Is this almost like they want Fnatic to try and have another crack at it?
I think it's just enough, because they reset their glyph, and their AC DJ pushing bottom. They might have just, in panic situations, sometimes you don't even... Like, oh, tower's low? Alright, well.
Maybe you should do something about this, maybe not.
It happens.
Universe coming in very deep. Defensive Observer Wards from Team Secret on that cliff next to the top tier 1 tower, but also in their jungle, protecting the 2 close camps to the mid lane.
But look at the wards from Fnatic. They've got Tinker ward bottom, they've got another one to spot at the Tinker in the jungle in the rotations, and that mid one to watch behind the tower. Just quick movements in top now. Fada gets swapped.
Yep, this is problematic. He has, well, okay, he has nothing. The Sunstrike. The second this lines up, there's no point burning the Ravage.
Tidehunter is not having a good time. He's almost same net worth as DJ.
Highlight Eye is just walking straight in. He ensnares onto the Terrorblade, grabs up the Bounty Rune, and then Song of the Siren. They want to go again. There's no Sunstrike damage for 3 more seconds. They got to hold him there just a little bit longer. Eternal Envy has the magic missile. Ace wants to run out. Here's the Sunstrike perfectly on the left. So Ace is low, but sunders the target. Pylite Die. Now he drops Owen Universe on the run. The shards will lock him in place. Pylite Die will die in the lane. Universe will die in the river.
Clutch timing from the supports to show up. Static Storm saving his teammates, saving off Ace there. The Roar wasn't able to get expended by Universe. During all this, DJ continues to... I mean, he's found his home. We know DJ's home when he plays Shadow Shaman. He just sits in the bottom lane.
He needs to get these shards off. If he can get the shards, he basically gets the kill. Okay, he's got it. Abed drops the Meteorite right on top of the Tuskar. The Sunstrike connects onto mid one. Abed multitasking the bottom lane, using the Mass Serpent Ward's aggression to his advantage.
We're gonna get... This tier 2 is almost dead.
Yep. With the next creep wave, Alacrity buff doesn't last long enough, so that's not going to help him. But the top tower, the TPs are coming in. Tinker to the front lines, but Eternal Envy underneath the Sentry Ward gets revealed. Fada was thinking about the Ravage. Now he does let it go. Eternal Envy actually swapped in Pylite Die. The wall is there, but the Sunstrike will kill off Puppey. He is still alive. The Rockets fight forward, but it connected onto Universe and not onto Eternal Envy. It becomes a 1-for-1 trade-off, even though the tier 1 tower goes the way of Secret. The tier 2 tower on bottom is still being peppered.
Fada got just slightly greedy with it. Didn't expect the swap to come off. That was perfect by Envy. So it's really important for Secret in these fights. Now that they know the Shadow Blade is on both heroes, they're going to have sentries down for every single fight. So I don't think we'll see Envy walk in like that versus the team.
This seems to be way too easy for Abed just to get more and more money. Like, I know it's the classic when you've got a whole bunch of stuns in your lineup. The Invoker Sunstrike's going to get you connection. Yes, there's that Tinker Ward going to work. DJ's leaving it for Abed, but the Tuskar snowball in! Yapsaw flips him like a pancake. Abed's going to go down. He wants more, but can they get to DJ in time? Puppey? No? Okay, yeah. Goodbye, DJ. Eternal Envy's in the neighborhood, trying to get a return kill onto Yapsaw. We're going tit for tat down on that bottom lane. They definitely know that Tinker Ward is up as Envy just attacks over the Fog of War tree line. But 14-13, these teams giving us what we want. A bit of a bloodbath on every single lane.
Playing so active on the side of Fnatic and taking advantage of their wards nice and early on. Sure, it's going to get dewarded, but they already got the kill on the Tinker. It's absolutely worth it for them. They're not slowing down, though. The only person who's really been hitting jungle creeps has been Abed, which he's allowed to do as the Invoker. Everybody else on the map for Fnatic is just running around looking for these pickoffs.
Yep.
And Secret is definitely vulnerable to that. They've got a lot longer cooldowns. They are very reliant on their Ravage, on the Disruptor ulti. While in comparison, you look at Fnatic, it's all about fast pace. Pretty much their only long cooldown is Beastmaster Roar. I mean, Naga Sleep, but they haven't been using that one to set up just yet.
Beastmaster Raw still at 75 seconds. That's still a kill around a minute. And Arbed's happy with this. Like, he farms up in the jungle with these Ancients. He'll now have enough for his Aghanim Scepter. So we're 17 minutes in. The timing's not too bad for him.
No, it's great.
How's the Terrorblade looking? Like,
he's caught up heavily.
Is there a critical item from Ace that we look at which kind of, like, I don't know if it's Ace you just plan for the mid game to fight, or if you say, you know what, I need items right now to try and engage, actually get involved in this. What do you do?
He's the only physical damage doing this game. I think he has to get massive. He wants to be able to save and put off that BKB as long as possible because he's versus an Invoker. So I think he's just gonna go stats. He's gonna go that usual Manta, Dragon Lance, like that. I even saw he picked up drums.
Yeah,
so I think he's just
Dragon Lance, and now he's got Manta in the goodbye.
He's just gonna go stats and, like I was saying, save the BKB for later because versus Invoker, you don't want your BKB to start ticking down low. That's how you really get punished in the later stages of the game.
How long do you leave it out? Like, do you also think about picking up the Skadi or something along those lines before you get the BKB?
I think Manta BKB.
Oh, Song of the Siren. They will just look to catch the Tinker out, and they've got him. Mid-1 trapped in the trees. A lot of damage on the Pylai die, but Mid-1 still will go down to the big damage from the Invoker. Arbed with the Tornado. They'll flip him again. He wants to go in for his Deafening Blast. Creates a space. 11-1 charge. They push him away, but now they pull him back in again to the storm. But Arbed needs more space. The Ravage will not allow it. And Universe offers himself up. Roars quickly to huge cause for Team Secret to bring down the top 2 net worths on Fnatic.
Very worth a Ravage. Killing the Beastmaster. I got a little bit of heart attacks from those shards, but I still had Glimpse available. And we do have Puppey going for his classic. He's got his casual buckler, so he's a happy man. Yapster is going to get the Blink Dagger to go for those catches. And we see that DJ this time, he is preferring to get the Blink Dagger since he's versus that Tinker. He's a lot of the catch for his team. So no Aghanims for the Shadow Shaman just yet.
Paladai is getting more and more space up on this top lane.
Yeah.
He has his Tranquil Boots on the Courier, but he sent it back to home after it was halfway out there to pick up the rest of the stuff. So obs, sentries, whatever you got.
Secret's gonna have to be very focused on they have to just have a massive Terrorblade this game from the way that the start is. Spada, like we were mentioning, having that Gush level 1 really hurt him in the laning phase versus B.
Yep. The things you do for First Blood, it's almost like attempting Roshan at level 1 now. It's just like, well, what is the point? But speaking of Roche, here come Fnatic. Massive wards it down. Universe will summon all of the beasts, the creatures of the wild. And Eternal Envy with that Mask of Madness just does so much work. The Tuskar Sigil scouts it out. They want to get rid of that. Able to do it very, very quickly. But Fada, well, no Ravage. DJ blinks out, goes with a quick Hex. The shards will lock Fnatic inside the pit. They still want to fight inside that Fog of War as DJ. Fada back in again. Tornado will pick him up and then drop him back down again. Fada gets the Regeneration Rune and then the Snowball Protection. He'll end up surviving, but they're rolling all the way up to Eternal Envy. Sunstride's coming in. That'll kill off Fada with a follow-up roar. Yapsa will go down. 2 heroes with the Ice Wall. It tries to create that buffer and they'll swap him back into it. Eternal Envy all over Ace. They'll lose their big one. Down goes the Terrorblade. The Aegis Immortal will still crack on Eternal Envy. The Team Secret is in full retreat. If they can get back out, that Observe Ward gives good vision, but there's no stun for Universe available to try and catch out the Tinker.
Envy's so clutch with these swaps this game. From saving himself multiple times to that one, DJ buying back, then being confident enough to lock down that Terrorblade before the Sunder can come out. And Fada ran in and I think he's realizing his role in this game. He's just going to be dying nonstop. He's even queued up an A on disc, which is very rare. Usually Fada gets a little bit more farm priority, but this game he's just been so shut down.
In case we didn't realize, the enemy has vision around the Radiant top jungle, and they're 100% right. That marker is on the money. Here goes your little fight in mid. Fada, he's going to be burned dry. Roar is there. Arbed, he's a little bit more damage with the Ascender. Hold him. The Ravage will buy some time, so DJ and Eternal Envy can be attacked, but they just swap them out. Tuskar Snowball, Yapsa on mid 1, staying on the back of Eternal Envy, but he has the vision. He's playing around. That's why the Sigil is there, but the Song of the Siren, the Rockets still keep flying. Eternal Envy gets the Shadow Blade. The Shadow Blade will trigger. They don't connect. Pylai Die will probably fall here. He just continues to play around this. Observer Ward will die to the tower as Universe will run away. Metamorphs is done again. The Sunstrike, no. Puppey holds hands. I thought Yapsaw was going to be in trouble for that one, but still, a 1-for-1 trade out of that. Ravage burned once more.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fnatic not slowing down by any means. They get the Aegis. They don't go back to farming. They just look to pressure. Every single time they've got Beastmaster Roar available, they're just looking to pick fights.
And Team Secret's trying to keep up with them. Like, they got 3 Blink Daggers, so they're still positioning advantage for Team Secret. YapzOr, Fada, mid one, all walking around with these guys, but then you got Blink Dagger on DJ, you got double Shadow Blades for Fnatic. Each team has just a beautiful arsenal to keep the aggression up.
Yeah. Fnatic they're just gonna keep that pace up though. Now they know that last fight, Ravage was used, Meta was used. This is their go time. As soon as they've got Roar, they can just keep looking to stay active.
As long as they can keep finding mid one, he's still causing problems with that Kaya. DJ cops 2 rockets and has to retreat. I still found it amusing that Team Secret took that entire fight after Fada pinged out the fact they knew exactly where the Observer Ward was, and they still fought under the full vision of Fnatic. It's obviously gone now.
They were just that time they were doing a great job of using that Sigil plus Rocket combo, but that last second Shadow Blade by Envy.
Do you like this choice from Universe to actually like completely skip going to Necro books in order to grab the Silver Edge?
I think this game, yeah. I think if they can keep killing Fada like this, he's gonna have such a little impact.
When you say this, you mean this?
Yeah, this.
Okay, this. not this.
They wanted
the other this. I'm sorry, there appears to be a problem.
At one point, the book, if he doesn't get it, the book 3 really early on, it kind of just becomes useless. So I think this build, he's gonna have more utility for his team. He's just hunting.
Yep.
Abed.
Puppy, he's walking over, puts down the Observer Ward, gets a lot of vision early on.
Abed pretty much got BKB now.
The Roar and the Sunstrike. Puppy protected once again. YapzOr, right place, right time. Rolling all the way forward towards Universe. Now both the supports a little bit too deep in, but it will work with Fada. It's 4 heroes with his Ravage and the follow-up Storm Wall. Envy had to keep running, but they'll glimpse him back into the Storm. The wall is still up. Eternal Envy will fall. And Team Secret, they were the ones initiated on. Fnatic wanted a quick kill and move on to the next, and it ended up being a 2-for-1 trade-off in favor of Team Secret.
Having Ravage available, every single time Secret does have Ravage, the fight, as long as Fada doesn't get bursted or as long as he's not completely isolated and they're playing around him, the Ravage should be able to win Secret the fight. They didn't even have to expend meta there, which is really important for them.
But as you said, that's the reason why he's picking up the Aeon Disc. Fights like this is only just making this Aeon Disc come sooner and sooner.
He knows, like I said, he knows his role this game. He is the absolute sacrificial lamb as this Tidehunter. All his role is just get Ravage off in the fights. I'm
interested to see like if how Abed then deals with that. Right now he's going to go for the defensive item, the Lincoln Sphere, both BKB and Lincoln Sphere. Are there different aggressive items he can look for? Like, I don't know if he wants to go down the Blink path himself or if it's disable. Like, how do you play this if you're Abed to get the advantage in the fight?
I think it's just usual standard Invoker items, to be honest. Like the BKB early on is definitely to deal with that Ravage, but I think that's more than enough. And the Lincolns he can use really well to work around the glimpses, around Sunder, etc. later on. I think for the most part though, Invokers, they don't vary too much. He could throw in a Blink because he's versus a Tinker, but it tends to just be the same item builds for Invokers when they go the Exort build. We got to see Thompson Invoker, but that's a completely different. That's
the most depressing answer we could have had for that question. What a shame.
Yeah, it just is what it is. You don't want to vary too much from the build because it's the strongest. It really just is.
It's the build for a reason. He's gone Dagon on mid 1 now. The amplification of damage is just rising and rising. This will be a harder world for other heroes like DJ. Maybe not so bad once they actually have the items, because you're getting a BKB on Eternal Envy, and DJ is going to go for the Aghanim Scepter, so there'll be some decent life on him.
Fnatic's been on point with the rewarding this game, though. Every single time it is Secret under a vision of them. See that one there up top, and we see one behind the mid tower very early on.
This is a good, the end of their Observer Ward. They only had 20 seconds left on it, and Puppy was able to see the Shaman walk out under it. So he knew. He knows. That actually means so much when the only aggressive ward now that's down for the Fnatic is the one back behind that tier 2 tower between the tier 2 and tier 3.
They are quite limited on vision, yeah. They have the Hawk, which will help a bit, but it's a Hawk. Got a long cooldown.
You're gonna need that for the critical moments. But Silver Edge is now fully completed over on Universe.
They can go for those pickoffs more on Fada now. Break that Kraken shell and be able to burst him.
Top tower
I kind of want to watch the Tinkers TP out. Like, this is that... It's that hairy moment, right? Like, mid 1 is cool, calm, calculated. But how can Fnatic catch him? These Tinker Wars need to come back up again.
I think that's why it's so important that YapzOr rushed this Blink Dagger.
Fada blinking himself forward. YapzOr's going to be there, nowhere to hide. Just axes up and, well, there, flip him out. Silver Edge does not help you when dust is brought to the fights.
Secret is, they're playing very defensively, but it's starting to climb them back in this game. They recognize that this Terrorblade is really the big tool for them to win this game. So they're just setting up obs, sentries all around. They know they're going to find either a Beastmaster or Revenge looking for these pickoffs.
Is Terrorblade actually going to be enough? And like the only reason I'm starting to think about this is because my mind is moving to that 4 position, moving into almost a 2 position, and it's the Naga Siren. But then I saw the item build from Pylai Dai. Okay, he's actually changed it. He had a Blink Dagger. He had a Blink Dagger queued up in his quick buy, and I'm like, okay, if he's Song of the Sirens, what does Secret actually do about this? Because Ace, like he's going to get the BKB up, but if he gets that now, like, he's going to be the only person. He'll be isolated, then focused by Fnatic.
He's high armor though. Even though they're going to have like Vengeful Spirit hitting him, if he gets BKB off during the songs, focus firing him down is going to be really, really tough. They have to pretty much throw everything on him. And then they're still always at risk of that snowball coming out. Yeah, this gets propped. Envy's actually going to swap aggressively.
Yeah, he's going to. Tinker's TPing further forward. Here comes Universe. The shards fly out, but the Axes, okay, mass weapon wards here. They want to fight inside of him, or maybe they don't. They're going in so deep to the dire side of the jungle. Roar is out. Yapsaw, he will fall. The Storm not being as effective this time around, and Pylai Dai wants to reset the engagement. They see the glimpse. They're keeping Eternal Envy in range. The Sun Strike's on the money for Fada, and Pylai Dai move just far enough to the side to open up that opportunity for him, while Arbed can focus on Ace. The EMP burn will bring him down lower. Pylai Dai needs a way out. He doesn't have one. Denial won't happen. The rockets fly nicely.
That was such unbelievable good control by Fnatic there on Fada. Fada tries to like hide inside the tree lines so that he can eventually get that Ravage off later, but the sleep catches him, and then they use the Hex instantly from DJ. So Hex can't dispel that, gets Sunstriked up, brought down. If they'd had a Ravage there by Secret, the fight could have been pretty disastrous for Fnatic.
Yeah, I was asking the question, like, how does Invoker control that? But it's the other heroes of Fnatic, right? It's their positioning, it's their timing. It's the fact that DJ has played such a huge part in this game as well.
Yeah. 10-3 and 6 on the Invoker.
Well, I'm just happy these teams are keeping up the intensity. So it does say 23-21 on the board, so you may feel like Team Secret are coming out on top of this, but if you look at the graphs, it kicks the other way. 5k in the net worth, it's almost 10k in the experience advantage going the way of Team Secret, just being a lot more efficient on this map. But it just seems like a lot of that also doesn't count for much either. Like the Tinker, as long as he can keep the pressure in the side lanes, then your lanes push out nicely. Same for Fnatic, if they can get their pickoffs, use their shadow plays to grab some kind of opportunity, then everything resets once more.
Secret's mostly just about their 2 heroes. It's about like this Tinker and Terrorblade having an incredible game, and sure, Tidron just needs to get Ravages off, but Fnatic's, they have to be more in unison. Everyone else has to have a role in the game. It's not just about an Invoker taking over the game by himself. Everybody has to do their part.
Puppy's up so far. The Forest Spirits are opening up on him now, so welcome to 12 armor on Puppy. Tornado only barely misses.
12 armor. Like it's like he gets hit by like 6 Force Spirit. Oh wait, he's got Medallion and Buckler because it's Puppy.
it's the classic Puppy. He's normally got the plus 12 armor.
Interesting. Ace actually is going for more greed. He did queue up the BKB, but he's now switched it into the Butterfly, feeling like he does need to be that big that big huge carry, and he needs to delay that BKB as long as possible. That could change. If they do look to take a fight, he could still go for the BKB, but if they win a fight, he could just get the B-Fly straight off of that.
Still crazy to see like Fnatic pushing further and further ahead. Like this experience they're getting. The Beastmaster sat in the bottom lane the entire, just gathering more and more experience, more and more money, while Secret were 5-man smoking, looking for an opportunity.
It's the Midas Invoker as well as the Shadow Shaman having the experience gain talent. He's survived in a couple fights, and DJ's just been playing very, very greedy. So he's level 18 already on that Shadow Shaman in comparison to the level 15 Disruptor on the other side and level 6 Tusk.
It's the supports of Secret that are hurting. Fnatic are now coming in. The Hawk is already up, so they have great vision around Roshan. It's the Academ's Mass Serpent Wards. And that Roshan, -5, -7, -8 armor, and down he falls so quickly.
That's a big problem for Secret, that Fnatic just can go in there and take that at any moment in time. There's no way that they can respond.
So Aegis Immortal is in the hands of Eternal Envy. Cheese into Arbed's paws.
Definitely feeling concern for Secret if they can actually take the fights.
Yeah.
Fnatic's keeping up such a good pace.
They need big Ravages, but their high ground defense still seems like really, really strong. Like Fnatic are going to have a hard time breaking the base. Unless they can get the pickoffs outside.
That's what they're all about. They're all about those pickoffs. And I mean, DJ's just literally been pushing out side lanes constantly. Let's look. I mean, just pulling up the last hits really quick. Look how much he's catching up. He's pretty much tied with the Tide Hunter. 132 last hits on a Shadow Shaman. He knows his job this game.
Yep.
Push side lanes, get up those Tinker wards, try to find the pickoffs.
I think the other job is, okay, really hardest one, pick up Refresher Shard when it drops from Roshan. They will be very quick at doing that too.
They've got two huge heroes to get that Refresher Shard. The Abed Invoker, since he's gone for Cataclysm, and the Shadow Shaman.
Oh, the double.
He
Okay.
waits, it's only about, the thing is Cataclysm, it's not very good until you hit level 25. Once you got Radial Deafening Blast, it actually becomes more of a spell because you can push people into them.
But for now, well, he's going to be on his way. I don't see either of these teams being able to close this game out anytime soon.
No, this is
even if you do manage to take one lane of Rax, it's still no team will still tap out. Thanks, Envy.
Is that the third time he's done twice? At least the second time I've seen this tournament that he's done it.
It's the second time at least. I saw him do it once before. He did that yesterday.
Everyone takes Roche. Not a massive deal.
Oh, is it
funny.
Roshan time at 31:20?
Ah.
There, mind games. What are we counting now? Is it Mass Serpent Ward time?
It is 30.
Okay, so
And Envy, if you notice, he's gone for a bit of a different build. He's on the Orchid, so he's going to be going for that Bloodthorn.
be good control over someone like Tinker. There's no way against it. Ace is in real trouble. They actually just dropped the Mass Serpent Wards instantly. He's got no buyback for 72 seconds. The only upside right now for Team Secret is the Mass Serpent Wards were already committed. So, march it up. No easy way for Fnatic to force the high ground. Roar on bottom lane. Another pick off. Yapsor has to snowball, but Arbed, he ran so quickly in that Ghost Walk, and his Tornado is right on the money. Sunstrike, same as well. Yapsor goes down. 2 heroes with no buyback available will now have to rely on mid one to hold the line.
Secret in big problems here.
They have to TP back for the March of the Machines. Like, this has to come back now. The March of the Machines will soak up in the mid lane, so that won't push quickly, but Arbed, the damage! That was over 200 on just, 262 plus damage. Hitting into that tower on top of his 151 base. They found Puppey. Tornado up, Meteorite, Deafening Blast. He's just being pulled around, tossed around, but still got the Storm off. Here comes the Cataclysm. Will hit on absolutely nothing. His Eternal Envy is way too deep. Yeah, he's got the Aegis Immortal, but he just burned his BKB and was tanking the tower the entire way. Down to 175 HP. That has to be the best result here for Team Secret. The fact that Tier 3 tower still up, and no one, like, that was the damage for not having buybacks on their 2 heroes.
Fnatic was trying to punish there because they've always got the reset button. They've got the Naga, so they can take a bit more risky maneuvers versus this game.
Tinker.
Oh,
top lane, Arbed. He managed to catch mid one. Oh no, he didn't. Mid one ran up north into the trees. Needs to re-arm and blink quickly, even further up, and he'll re-arm and blink once more. March of the Machines and then TP the hell out of there. Such a good Tornado though. You were mentioning it before from the games you cast of him.
Yeah.
This is how Arbed hunts the Tinker.
I was saying, this is their counter pick. When they see Tinker, they instantly snap pick that Invoker. And you do a very good job pressuring the map. They're kind of like closing it more and more. And when you're playing Terrorblade and all your lanes are being shoved in constantly, that's where you start to suffer because you're kind of scared of just walking out to a lane versus this lineup. They have the means to burst you when you don't have BKB. We're getting closer and closer to those level 25s.
Yeah.
23.
Mainly Fnatic. There's a reason too. They've got 25,000 experience advantage in 35 minutes.
Level 23 on Invoker and level 22 Shadow Shaman.
22.
DJ just pulling up, and he's got the refresher queued up already.
Yeah, he's building his refresher. So, is there actually a way, unless you give him the cheese, like if you give him both the cheese and the refresher shot, can you drop the 4?
4.
Sorry, the 3. The Mass Serpent Wards.
He's pretty close to having the mana for it if you bring some mangoes. If he has like 2 mangoes, and then you get, because essentially you get 3 arcade boot usages if you use it properly. So he should have the mana for all 3
Universe.
if they go for it.
Sunstrike's a little bit off target. The Roar's coming down. Mid one in the tree line. Sparta. There's the snowball save. The Ravage to connect. Pylai, Die, and Puppey. They're caught in the corner. Song of the Siren. Eternal Envy trying to bring down Ace with the help of Arbed. They're able to do it, but it'll cost Eternal Envy his life. And the rest of them is the TP out. Mid one may look to fight a little bit more if they knew how long Arbed was hanging around. But a 2-for-2 trade-off. Terrorblade is down.
they're punishing Ace for his item decision here. Ace really wanted to be greedy. He went for that butterfly. He even queued up the Eye of Scotty next, but now he's just got picked up twice. He instantly just switches to the BKB. It's way too hard to play these core heroes versus Invoker. Invoker he's the master, you know. He's the spell master.
And Invoker's going to have that disabled too. So if you don't get the BKB off, he's going to go for the Scythe.
He's not actually going for the Radial Deafening Blast build. So even though he went Cataclysm, which is the unique, you kind of need the Deafening Blast to set the Cataclysm up, he's just varied the build. He wants to look for the Tinker more, is what that tells me with the Tornadoes.
They have 16 seconds.
And now they could. Look, that's more than likely now going to be DJ getting the Refresher Shard.
Out the top lane again. Found the target. While we're looking at the stats, it's up on top. The Mass Serpent Wards are down and mid one falls. They have the defensive Tinker Ward on the hill.
That was a DJ pretty much getting the solo kill. Just a Sunstrike being added on. Those Tinker Wards.
He BT quickly up there too, so how does Team Secret deal with this? Like, YapzOr's hanging around. They may think about Roshan. Cold feet for YapzOr. Knows he has to jump away. Crimson Guard won't save him from Arbed's attack, but Puppey also caught in a bad position. TP is on cooldown, so he stands his ground to fight, but that won't help. DJ with the shackles and shock. And if they're actually purposely giving him the kills as well, he's at 4.9k gold now on that Shaman. Rapidly approaching the Refresher. And top lane, they found another one. Arbed, he did actually end up tracking down YapzOr. 3 heroes again, down 2 without buyback.
Fnatic's just dismantling Secret. Secret's getting split up around the map because their lanes just keep getting shoved in. Like, even Pi, look at this. He just meteor hammers at tier 3. Alright, it's backdoor protection, but the fact that they're just pushing in all these lanes constantly with their heroes, they're just finding Secret getting isolated because of it. Now they've got the Refresher on Shadow Shaman too.
Yep. DJ, nowhere he can easily TP in, but it doesn't really matter. Fnatic are taking this bottom lane of Rax. The Tinker is going to come back up now in 2 seconds time, but the melee is already gone, so they look towards the mid. That's where Universe is attacking. Fada jumping forward, just trying to sway them a 4-staff away. He's always got the Aeon Discus, that Ace up his sleeve, but now the BKB is done for Terrorblade. Ace can be something in these fights, but the buybacks...
They need him to be everything in these fights, pretty much, because it's still... I mean, I'm just looking at Fada's net worth, and I haven't seen Fada struggle in Tidehunter like this in a long time. They've really just taken advantage of him having that gush early on, that level 1 skill point, really making the difference, him not able to catch back up. And yeah, Fnatic just constantly getting so much farm across the board on their heroes, even when they're all grouped up too. You see that Vengeance aura, since he's got, you know, the level 20 talent. Invoker with Alacrity's hitting for like 500 damage or more. Pretty unbelievable.
It's like the old buff ups. You used to buff up the bear, not buff up yourself, but... This is rough ground for Team Secret, but how can you now play this? Like, do you get aggressive? Is it just fight around Roshan? Do not give him the Refresher shot?
They have to get, like, perfect Ravages is pretty much the case here. Get ideal Ravages on 2 of the cores, bring them out of the fight so that Ace can just run over. Because he does have the BKB now. He's actually able to run around in the fights, but it's still so hard. You see Fnatic. They're just constantly shoving in all the lanes.
Yep. The bottom lane's going to shove itself in anyway. Like, YapzOr comes down to defend this, which means no close sigil. They at least prioritize keeping that Shrine alive. 309 HP on the Shrine for Team Secret. They need this thing. It's the only way they can bring reinforcements back into the fight. And Tinker, it may actually just be worth a buyback as well to defend this Roshan. You got it on Tinker as well as Tide. Everyone else is currently short of the cash. Terrorblade just got his money.
They can't let Fnatic get this 3rd Rosh.
Yep, they know it. That's why they're hanging around. 4 heroes in smoke under the pit. Now Fnatic smoked up as well. They'll run in close. Fada, he doesn't want to initiate, or does he? Tusker jumps in. Eternal Envy pops a BKB. Raw, it's on Ace in the back lines. He needs to get out of this one before he dies! He dies so quickly! The control is perfect. The buybacks are not committed. They're all on the run away from the Mass Serpent Wards. Tusker will die on the hill. And Team Secret, mid one, swap back in again. Needs to blink once more. Able to do so. The Sunstrike, the shackles. DJ's got him. Locked him and killed him. Eternal Envy with the triple kill. Fnatic will claim Roshan and everything that comes with it. Nabed already jumped towards the mid lane. He's attacking the mid melee as well as range Rax. Tinker is forced to buy back to defend this, but there's little to nothing he can do to stop it. The only thing that stops Fnatic right now is the fact the tier 2 tower is still alive on the top lane, so they can't claim Megas with just Arbed alone.
But they get what they want here. DJ, he eats the cheese. He had to actually use his Refresher in the last fight, but he's got the Refresher shard now.
Yep.
And this, I mean, it's a 30k gold lead, Toby.
Yeah, it is. It's 30k gold. Its experience is kicking up a little bit higher as well. Experience actually now hits 35,000. And you've got the full Bloodthorn and the Aegis on VS, plus 4.5k gold. Yeah, they're rolling in their dough.
Fnatic they're actually making like all the right moves too. Like that one, the smoke on smoke action, the roar coming out from Universe. He's been having an incredible game of Beastmaster. Sure, Terrorblade's got BKB, but doesn't matter if you can't.
Small lag.
I felt that one too.
Yeah, we all felt that one with the Kale. But you're right. Like Fnatic just made all the right choices in this. They've done their homework. They were very well prepared to pick up for the Invoker. While we haven't really seen it much at all, the matchup they got with that after the Tidehunter with the Beastmaster, it's just, yeah, it's the dream right now. And Team Secret need to find a way to wake up, give him a kick.
Just so hard for them to start these fights because they're not only under vision constantly, like these Tinker Wards have been incredible by Fnatic, but I mean, Fada just can't get in there. He goes in, he gets like instantly locked down, they ignore him for a second, and then they isolate Ace.
You could see him wanting to. At one moment in that mid-fight, I thought he was going to. He had that moment to blink and then just 4-man Ravage right in the middle of the fight, but it didn't happen. The rest of his team would have been a little bit too far away, even if he did jump in and get that Ravage.
Yeah. It's feeling to the point where Secret has to do some kind of risky moves to come back in this one.
Yep.
Because now, I mean, Fnatic, they're just chilling back. They're like, all right, let's just wait. Our Shadow Shaman's level 25. We can wait 60 seconds for him to have triple wards. Because he does have the mana for it now. He's even buying a Soul Ring just in case. And triple wards, I don't know how you defend that. Your base is going to die.
Yeah, how do you even clear it? Like, you need to have Ace already in the perfect position to attack them all. But that doesn't even work.
No, I've actually never seen all three place down. I've seen two. I saw, okay, I think at Hamburg, maybe I saw the third place down, but the game ended instantly as soon as he got the third one dropped down.
Well,
I'm just gonna watch actually.
Yeah, 30 seconds until Refresher Orb is back off cooldown.
Yep. Fnatic, they're just closing out all the lanes, and you see Secret just positioned in their base. They can't really make the aggressive moves outside anymore. Under all this vision, the Hawks, the wards. It's way too risky. They have to commit too much to get any kind of pickoffs.
Sentries everywhere. Don't let Shaman slip through. Or maybe that's the way they could do it. There's a sentry ward down in mid. So if DJ just tries to walk it in, at least they can pick off the Mass Serpent ward. So the sentry, he's now in range. Here comes DJ in through the front. Yapsol, now's your moment. Is it DJ? Number 1, number 2, number 3. All down. It's the 3 amigos. It's a lot more than 3. They're just going to rip apart with the Mass Serpent Wards. How do you defend it? They haven't even got the Ravage off. Fada, he's waiting for the right time. At least Ace got his BKB off for the fight, but Arpet stands his ground, and this is over. 5 heroes are basically falling. The buybacks are coming in thick and fast, but they're losing their base. The Mass Serpent will do the work. The Ravage will connect on 4, but it's still not enough. The Ice Wall is down, and GG, well played. Fnatic has done it. They will take game 1 of this best of 3 winners bracket final.
And they end it with just a casual 42,000 gold advantage, 40-something thousand experience advantage too. I actually love the little interaction there as the Crimson Guard block with the wards.